Hey friends, this is Grace. I'm live and hoping you'll join me live. If not, catching the video recording is just as good. Just let me know that you caught the replay. That's helpful to me. I'm going to grab my apron. Just hold on one second. We are going to be doing some chalking today. I'm definitely going to do some chalking. This board behind me has been waiting for its turn for a very long time. So I'm going to get to that, and I'm going to answer some basic questions that Alyssa, one of my customers, had. She actually emailed. She's not even in this group. I invited her again, hoping that she'll join up in this group. Would love to have her in here with us. But she emailed me a couple of questions, and I thought, you know what? These are great questions that she asked that I sometimes hope I don't take for granted. We have a lot of new people in this group, actually. So I think it's important that I go ahead and start doing some basic, just basic information for you guys again, just to make sure that all those who are new, and even those who have been here for a while and are wondering these things, you're going to get answers to your questions. So that's what I'm going to do. I want to make sure I'm live. Yep, there I am. Okay, so if you come on, say hello so I know you're here. I don't know why I cannot see the comments. Let me see something. I'm going to test something out here. I'm just going to put a test comment out there and see if I can even see mine. There they are. Okay, so this board has been begging for some attention. I did on the back of it a Halloween, obviously Halloween one. On this side, I painted it a really deep red, and it was black, and then I put a deep red over it, so it's got a really dark, rich red color. And I'm going to put over that the E-size transfer Be Merry, but I'm going to add some embellishments as well. So this may actually take a couple of videos. I may not get this all done today, just because I'm going to try to talk to you and answer questions while I work. I don't know if you guys have seen this one. It is called Woven Plaid. It fits perfectly on our 20 by 20 pillow front, which is a great background, or just great for a pillow. I think I'm going to use this on the top, because the Be Merry isn't going to fit all the way on the 6-foot board. So I'm going to do this on the top and then do the Be Merry over it with the truck from Oh Christmas Tree. Okay, so again, it probably won't all get done today. This might be a 2-part series, but we'll get started and answer some questions. So, okay. So Alyssa messaged me and she wanted to know about fuzzing. She said she saw a video, saw somebody putting the transfer on a cloth before the person used it, and what is that all about? So I'm going to talk about that for a minute, and actually I'll be doing that because I'll have to fuzz these transfers because they're brand new. Actually, you can fuzz your transfers even when they're not new. When you've cleaned them really well and they have a really good stick on the back of them, the adhesive is really strong, it's a good idea to fuzz it, especially if you're doing a very smooth, non-porous surface like a glass window or a mirror. Our chalkboard surfaces, the black or white chalkboard surfaces, are very smooth and non-porous. So again, anything like that doesn't have any grain to it or grit to it, especially, you'll want to fuzz, because you don't want what we're trying to do when we fuzz is we are protecting our transfer from getting stretched out. So let me put this camera down just a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing while I'm talking. So this is a big one. Let me get this one out of here, make a little more room here. I've got my pastes ready, I think. If you guys have any questions, you can ask them now and I'll answer them, or I can answer them later if you ask them on the replay. Don't be afraid to ever ask questions. That's what I'm here for. I've been with the company for over 2 years. I've been working with the products over 2 years. The products have changed over those 2 years. There have been, the paste has been reformulated. We now have ink. We didn't start out with ink. Ink is kind of new. So lots of good information to share. I have a history, so I kind of understand the background of most of what's going on with the company. And if I don't have the answer, you guys, I can always get it for you. I will get it for you. So don't ever be afraid to ask. I'm just mixing up my paste before I get my transfer ready. We are going to talk about fuzzing. And this woven plaid is a big one. It's a C-size transfer. So it's in the middle, actually. We have A, B, C, D, and E. So 5 different sizes. And the C, this 18 by 18, is the middle of the road size. So mid-size. But it's large. You know, if you're just starting out and you haven't worked with them a whole lot, especially these new ones, you want to be a little wary of the fact that they are extremely sticky when you get them. And so you don't want it sticking on itself. I marked the back of this. So when you get your transfers, they come on a reusable backing because of they're reusable. So they're like a big sticker. So here's your backing for your transfer. It has a dull side. I put a mark on it so I know not to put my transfer back on this side. This is more like a paper side. So if you stick your transfer to it, it may not come off. This side, the glossy side, this is the side that you want to put it back on. See all that gloss? So I just put a slash through just so I know that that is the wrong side when I'm putting them back on their backing after they're clean. It's just a good reminder to me that that is the wrong side. So if I'm working quickly, that slash will get my attention. I'm going to fuzz this now. So our fuzzing cloth comes with a really more gnarly, nappy side, high pile, and then this low pile, it's more like a microfiber cloth. And this is the side that I use to fuzz my transfer. So this is brand new. It's extremely sticky. If I stick anything to it, the challenge is that if I stick anything to it and it's brand new and it adheres on there completely with this brand new stickiness, when you bring it up and take it off of your surface, it may stretch. So these transfers, I'll explain them to you. They are silk screen and they are woven like fabric. So if you've ever quilted or worked with fabric, you've probably heard the word cut on a bias. So let me show this to you. So this transfer, if I give it a good tug, and I know you guys don't have a full view of what I'm doing here, but I'm tugging on both sides. If I tug it on both sides, this one direction, it stays solid. It's not going to stretch at all. If I pull it corner to corner, so I'm going to grab this corner and the opposite corner, and I pull on this, it will stretch almost like my leggings. It really is like a microfiber legging. It will stretch, and if you pull it off your surface without fuzzing it first, it's going to be really difficult to get off, and you might end up stretching or warping the design. So your lines may not look straight anymore the next time you use them. So you are trying to avoid that. So whenever I tell you to pull straight, when I tell you to pull your transfer straight off of its surface, what I mean is don't go with one hand in one corner and pull, because you're pulling on the bias, which will stretch it. What you want to do is take 2 straight corners. You can't, this is a bad one because it's so big you can't even see it in the camera angle. Well, let me see if I do this, that will help. So if I took this and I grabbed both edges, and you pull straight rather than pulling on the diagonal, you'll have less chance of stretching your design. And we don't want it stretched. It'll get all warped out, especially if it's words or lines. It's going to look wavy, or your words will look all distorted, and you don't want that. Or your design will look all distorted. You just don't want that. So we fuzz to protect the transfer from getting damaged. So with the really big ones, what I do is I take my cloth and I put it down. I leave my my big one with the sticky side up toward the ceiling, and then I put the fuzzing cloth on it, and I just gently take it off. So I'm going to do this a couple of times. You do not need this exact fuzzing cloth. You can use a clean towel or a rag that you have at home. I would not use wool or fleece, anything that's too fuzzy. Like a pair of jeans would work. Sometimes I use my apron. You want to get just a little bit of the fuzz, that's why we call it fuzzing, from this cloth onto the back of this so that it's not too sticky. If you just do it right out of the packaging, it might stretch, and you don't want that, okay? So I'm not even sure how I'm gonna work this out because this board is 6 feet long. My room is like 9 feet. So if I stretch this out in front of me on the table, it's going to be really difficult to manage. I am going to try to do it while it's standing up. I don't know what kind of luck I'm going to have, so wish me luck. My goal was to just, I want to have this on the top and the bottom of the board, and then I'm going to do this in a light gray over the red. What is the color actually called? It's called Greige, G-R-E-I-G-E, Greige, and it's a very, very light gray. I'm going to do that with the woven, and then I'm going to put B over the woven and then Mary in the middle, and then I'm going to do a similar thing on the bottom, but I'm going to do the woven with the truck on top of it. That's my goal. I don't know, like I have a plan in my head. Let's just see how it goes, right? So I don't need this whole 18 inches. I don't need all 18. This is what I was afraid was going to happen, is this thing's going to shake and move. I don't need all 18 inches. I probably just want part of it, so I'm just going to float it up and use the edge of the board. I'm using the edge of the board as kind of to line it up. Same thing is going to apply. I want to press down on the middle and press out to get any of the bubbles out or wrinkles. You don't want any bubbles or wrinkles in your transfer once it's on your surface. You want to smooth that out. Hey ladies, make sure you say hello when you come in. I am in the VIP customer lounge, I hope. That's where I am anyway. That was my goal, was to talk to you guys. Maybe I could move this here. Can you guys still see this? I'll move the camera angle. You guys, maybe I could do this here. There. All right, here we go. I have an Archon mount for my phone for these demos, and sometimes I just have to make adjustments because I move it around all the time. Okay, so I'm making sure to press down strongly, get out all of the bubbles. You don't want any bubbles or wrinkles. I'm going to do the Greige. I just opened this pot and it is very wet. So I'm going to make sure to dig down to the bottom and give this a good stir. I need to get my Clorox, my disinfectant wipes out because I'm already getting paste on my fingers. I'm a messy crafter. I'm a totally messy crafter. So all you messy crafters, I'm in your tribe. You're in my tribe. Unite together. We stand as one. Okay, so I got it nice and mixed up. Now I need to get myself, I think I'm going to use a small squeegee because I love the mini. I think it's like my favorite, this mini one. And I love the multi-tool. But and I have the large. This is called the large. And then where's the small? This is well, that's an old small. Here's the small. And here's the large. I like this one. I'm growing to like this one a lot because it's got one strong flat edge and it's in portrait rather than horizontal. It has like a slant to the front of it here that is on the bottom here, which makes it really easy to spread. It has white paste on it. I'm going right in with my Greige. I would not advise that you do that, mix the colors, but I'm a sloppy worker and I'm lazy, so I'm not going to clean that off. I'm going right into my Greige. I'm going to pick up a whole lot of paste. I don't even probably need, that's a lot of paste. And I'm just going to start dragging this down through onto my board. Okay, so yes, this chalk paste, the chalk paste is erasable, right? We know this. The chalk paste is erasable, but this is a porch sign, and I'm going to make it permanent by putting a top coat of polyacrylic. I'm going to spray that on the top of it, okay? So one of the questions that Alyssa asked was about fuzzing. The other question she asked was about, she said, I saw someone peeling up the transfer as they worked, and I call that paste and peel. I don't know that it officially has a name. That's just what I call it. I don't know that the company has a name for that process. But basically what you're doing, and I explained this to Alyssa in an email, but I thought it would be really good to do it live. Basically what you're doing is, I'm working, and this is the first part of the project that's done. I still have half of the board to go. this paste is going to dry really fast on me. So if I allow it to dry while the transfer is still on the board, a lot of your paste is going to dry into the silk screen, into the mesh of the transfer. And when I pull it up, it's not going to transfer onto the board. It's just going to stick to the transfer. To avoid that, when you have a large project or a large area to work on, or if you're working with multiple colors, it's really smart to just get part of it done and then to peel it off. Now, I'm going to be a hot mess here because this is folded over, it's sticking to the back. So I got all kinds of issues going here. But basically what you would want to do now is start peeling this off. And she said the person she saw was using a blow dryer. Yeah, you could use your hair dryer to then dry both the board and your transfer so that it doesn't dry into, you don't lose your paste onto the transfer. You want it to stick to the board, right? We want it to stick to the board, not to the transfer. So we want to make sure that that is dry and that is dry before I put this back. Do as I say, not as I do. You would take your hair dryer to these, put this back, and now I can go on and finish the project, the rest of the project, if that makes any sense. So please tell me if that doesn't make sense, because I can describe it in a different way or I can show you in a different way. I'm going to grab a little more. This is grayish, and some of the monthly kit subscribers, I'm just taking their orders. The Ice Skate rental is the transfer of the month through the Comfy Nest, and I think a couple of you ordered this grayish. It's gorgeous. It's such a light, beautiful, neutral gray. It's not really dark. So you can go whatever way you want. I could go left to right like I'm doing now, or you can go up and down, doesn't matter. Just when you're using that peel and stick method, you're doing it so that you're not losing your paste because it's dried into the transfer and you've lost the use of it. When it dries into that silk screen, it's not gonna transfer onto your board, your surface. And that's what you're trying to avoid. I need more paste. Going back in for more. I have a bubble now because I ended up peeling right there, so I'm not sure what that's gonna look like. We're just gonna go on with the show. You guys say hello when you come on so I know who's here. I can see, it does tell me that some folks are here, but I like for you guys to say hello so I can acknowledge you and say howdy right back to you. Now what I'm doing now, I'm just picking up my excess. I don't want to throw that in the garbage. I want to put it back into my pot so that I can use it later on a different project. Now I can peel it up completely. Okay. And like I said, challenging because this board is 6 feet tall. I'm 5'4". Oh boy. There. Oh my gosh, I really like this transfer, you guys. This one is called Woven, and I have seen some people do it this way, right? And then they turn it and they make a plaid out of it, like a woven plaid. So they'll do one color that way and then turn it. I've got to do that. I want to do that on a pillow cover. Another live. There's just not enough hours in the day. I have so many projects I want to do. Okay, so this is dirty. I'm going to put it aside. I usually hang it off the side of my craft table, and then I bring it into the sink in my laundry room and I wash it down and clean it. I'll do that later, and I will do that. This is a really big transfer. I will do that before I put the woven on the bottom. So like I said, this is probably going to be a couple of lives, or at least a couple of steps for me. It's not all going to happen at the same time. So I do have some bleed through. I will show you right there. And I think it's because that part of the stencil came up when I was pulling off this other section and I didn't press it back down. I had a little bubble right there. So that's what happens when you have a bubble in your transfer before you finish your work. So now I can clean that up. Hold on, I gotta go grab a Q-tip. Hold tight. I left them over here. I always have this little jar of Q-tips handy, and I just spritz a little bit of water, or not, this is a clean bucket of water, so I'm just going to dunk that in the water, and then I'm going to come in. It's a stripe, so this is easy, right? I'm just going to come along my stripe right here and try to clean this up so it's not so obvious, because it will erase. It's going to erase right off of there. See? So it's not quite as big as it was. Now, the bleed through that's on my woven plaid, I'm just going to leave that. There's nothing I can do about it. The word B is going to go over that, and then Mary is going to go underneath. So I'm going to move on to the letters Mary so we can keep moving. And then that'll give that ample time to dry. And then I can go back to that and finish it. But right now, this brand new pot of grayish, I'm going to close it up because I don't want that to dry out on me. My son is home sick today, you guys. He has a sore throat. So I can hear him moving around. Just give me a second. I'm going to just check on him, make sure he's in good shape. You in good shape? Okay. Come in and visit me if you want to. Yeah, he's eating some lunch. He's in good shape. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, so now I'm going to use white paste because I love contrast, you guys. Really dark background, really bright letters, right? Yeah, thank you for the sad faces. That's sweet, you guys. I'm assuming that's for my son Landon. Or go with a really bright background like a white and do really dark letters and designs on top of it. I like a big contrast because I want it to be really noticeable. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm going to do these letters. This is a vertical porch sign. I'm going to do them in white. I'm going to wait on this because I want to give that ample time to dry. So I'm going to start in with the Mary, the word Mary. I've already cut them so they're all cut. My backing is large. I cut them. I showed that technique in a couple of other videos, but I use my shearing scissors and I just go on between the backing and the actual transfer, and I run my shears through so that I can keep my backing big. I don't like to cut my backings. I like to keep them big. Okay, so I can use the lines on the cut lines and the lines on my woven plaid to make sure that they line up and that it's pretty straight. I eyeball most things. I used to be. I'm not a measurer, like precise. No, I just go with it. I'm going to line it up using my eye as judge of where the center is and whether or not it's straight, okay? So pressing down firmly. You want to make sure that that's really pressed down firmly. Just the M. The rest of it, this bubble over here doesn't matter. That bubble doesn't matter. Just the M really needs to be pressed down firmly. Okay, I just threw my favorite. The one I wanted to use is in here in a bucket of water because I wanted to clean it. Oh, I told you guys I'm a messy girl. I'm messy when I work. It's all good. I don't want to be pressured. I don't need to be perfect here. It just needs to be fun and make something pretty, right? That's the only goal. That's my goal. All right, so I pulled it out of the water. I give it a good rub down to get most of that paste off there. You just need to get most of it off. These little silicone squeegees come in multiple sizes. Those who join my monthly kit, they get a mini from me as like a free gift when they join, and then they can pick up whatever other ones they want in their little tool belt. Okay, so here's the small. I'm going to use it to do this M. And like I said, I'm going to do it in white. My white needs a stir. It's old. Look, how old is this one? From September 4th. I've had this one for a while. I'm going to use my multi-tool in my white. Disinfecting water. Not regular tap water. Not disinfectant water. Distilled water. That's what you want to use in your paste if you have to add some water, which you can do if it gets a little thick on you, which this one has. I haven't used it in probably a week or two. So I give it a quick stir. I added some water. It should be kind of like a thick yogurt. That should be the consistency of it. Some people say frosting, but sometimes frosting is pretty darn thick. So I don't like to think of it that way. I like to think of it like a thick yogurt is what the consistency should be for the paste. The ink is thinner. It's different. The paste should be like a thick yogurt. It should not be difficult to apply and to push through your design. So here we go. I'm going in on the M. Really, just once you get the paste on there, you just have to drag your squeegee See how it just fills in all of the M? That's all you're looking to do, is to fill it in. I need more paste. Running low. You really shouldn't have to go over it over and over again if you have enough paste on your squeegee. It should just be like once and done, okay? So if you're having trouble and you have to keep going over and over it again, oh, I just dropped it. Thankfully, it didn't splash out. It literally turned around like that. Do you see how thick that is? It's not coming out, right? Thin enough to scrape through, but not so thick that it falls out. That was actually a good example. Because it's hard to know the consistency, especially if you're just starting. It's really hard to know the consistency if you haven't worked with it yet. But once you start working with it, you'll get to know it. All right, all done. I'm going to pick up the excess. I don't want to throw it out. Put it back in my pot. Peel this thing off. Again, you just want to move quickly. If you don't, what happens is your paste sticks onto the transfer and doesn't move over to your board. Oh my gosh, I like this one a lot, you guys. You can see the little green flecks in it, in the letters, like in here. It gives it kind of like a worn look to the letter. Hold on, I'm going to show that to you on the board. Sticking my transfer to the side of my table. Okay, look at on the letter. You can see where the red comes through. Like it looks like it is like speckled, like it's speckled. That's what those little green dots were doing. It gives you incredible detail. That's what I love about Chalk Couture. Love it. Okay, so there's my M. Let's go in with the E. Normally, so I have my E. It's already cut out. I have not, this is brand new and I have not been fuzzing it. So again, do as I say, not as I do. This board isn't like hugely smooth. It's a pine board and it does have texture. It has a knot right here. So it's not as smooth as a glass surface or metal. If you were doing it on metal, for sure fuzz, or one of our chalkboards, for sure fuzz it, okay? I'm gonna go in, I'm going to line up the top of my stencil, my transfer, with the bottom of that letter. And if I do that for each one, they should be evenly spaced, right? I am not seeing a single comment. So if you guys are asking questions or anything, I can't see them. And I'm sorry for that. I don't know what the deal is with Facebook. So hello and welcome if you're here. I'm not calling you out by name because I can't see any comments. If you said hello to me, I'm not ignoring you. I promise. I just cannot see comments. I don't know what the deal is. I do not. Even on my iPad, I cannot see the comments. What is the dealio with Facebook lately? I have no idea. Feeling kind of blind here. All right, here we go. Lots of paste. Gonna take it through. You could like spread it just at the top and then like a thick bunch of it and then just drag it down and it just fills in where there's openings. You see that? How easy that is? You don't have to worry about doing anything else. Just focus on the dark spots where you want that paste to go. Done. So it's a lot easier when you have a lot of paste on your squeegee, and then go back and take the excess and put it back in your pot. I want to point something out. You want to get all your excess and put it back in the pot. Do you see how on this you can literally see the E? I've scraped it down to the transfer. That's what you want to do. It should not, there should not be such a gob of paste on here that you can't see your design. If that's the case, you're wasting paste. You're throwing it down the drain when you pull your transfer off and clean it. So don't do that. Don't waste your paste. You want to make sure that you can see the letter or whatever your design is through your paste when you're done. Now, I was trying to do a question answer, like answer questions, and I can't see any of your questions if they're there. There was one other thing that Alyssa asked about. It was paste packets. So let me talk about that for a minute. A lot of our bundles, and paste packets are new. They're like, I don't know, within the year, the company started offering paste packets, and they started out for like maybe a whole catalog. Maybe it was a year and a half ago. So a whole catalog, for one whole catalog, they were only available for purchase by designers so that we could use them in our workshops or send kits to people. Now you can buy paste singles. You buy them by the box, but it's all one color. I'm waiting for the day that Couture figures this out and makes a variety pack. I offer a variety pack here in the group. I've done 2 different ones, 2 different versions of it, but I always have a variety pack available. And let's see, you get 10 different colors of paste. So if you know that you just want, you want your basics, your red, black, white, maybe you have a blue, and then you want all like the other really fun or seasonal colors, ask me about getting a bundle because I sell the variety packs. Right now on my website, through the company itself, you can only buy a box, but it's all the same color. Regardless of how you get them, your packs of paste, they're like little ketchup packets, right? The paste is in there and you can feel it. If you squeeze, you can feel it. Now, some of them are going to be older than others. And if it's getting old, it's probably been sitting in the same spot for a long time. So what you want to do is just knead it, kind of like you do with your almond butter. If anybody buys single packs of almond butter, you knead it, like you use your fingers and you move it around, and it's doing 2 things. It's warming the paste up and it's moving it around so it gets soft again. Then, just like a ketchup packet, you want to make sure it's away from the top, and you can rip open the top or cut it with a scissor and then squeeze out just what you need. There's actually a lot of paste in here. You'd be surprised for a small project. So use what you need. Don't squeeze out anymore. Don't squeeze the whole pack out. Use what you need. And then what I do is I fold the cut top. I fold it up. I put like a little paper clip on it or one of those little clamps on it. And then when I go back to use it again, I will cut a new hole because that hole's probably all crusty from like the dry paste that was on there. I cut a new hole, and then what's in there, it'll last you a few weeks. I've had one last me a month where I just like pushed it all down to the bottom when I stored it away, fold it up, put a paper clip on it, and then it's going to be good to go again. So they're meant to be a one-time use, but I've gotten several uses out of one of these suckers. But you do need to work it before you use it so it softens up, and it's going to get like that consistency that's more like what's in your big pot. Okay, so that's that. My little stencil, my dirty transfer fell on the floor. Let me pick that up and stick it back on. Okay, so let's do R. I'm not even sure that you guys are going to be able to see all this. It's kind of challenging because of the big long board. It's challenging because of the weird angle with the camera. I've got my R here. I'm lining up thinking middle, and I'm just going to line up the cut edge with my E. I'm not going to like touch it to it, but I'm just going to line it up with it so that I know that the spacing is about right. So I'm pressing down on the middle and then go out toward the edges. Make sure you have no bubbles, no wrinkles. All right, back into our pot. I wish I could see your comments, you guys. I love chatting with you. I like it to be like, a little back and forth, but I cannot see any comments. I don't know what the deal is today. All right, I'm going to add a bunch to the top, and then I'm going to drag that down. I have to get those 2 little parts that go flail out on either side. I need more. I ran out. So a pot of paste will last you a really long time. I mean, you have to be chalking a whole lot of stuff to run out of a pot of paste. I'll tell you what. Because it goes so far. You saw that I had a lot on here, but in actuality, I'm not really using a ton of paste. Oh, look at my fingers. I'm a mess. Messy crafter. That's me. There. This is what I do. I stick it to the side of something so it doesn't get anything else wet. And then when I'm all done with this whole thing, I'll grab them all and bring them into the sink and rinse them out. I did a cleaning video recently. And actually, you guys, what I'm doing, I just started today. In my membership group, my craft membership group, I've got it set up in units where each month we do a live project, and everything that you need for that month is in a unit. The supply list, any bonus content, instructional videos, any discount codes that I give to them for the materials that they might need, and the project itself, both an example picture of the project and the video instruction, okay? I'm going to do the same thing in here. I've started some units. You'll find a tab called units, and in them I'm going to just start placing content in there. So if you've come in, it can be very overwhelming. This group has existed for about a year, and there's a lot of people and a lot of stuff in here. So the units will help me to organize the content so you can find it easily. So I'll have one unit for product information. I have one unit that's like welcome and introductions. And all I've got in that right now is if you want to get a text alert when I go live, you just text your phone number. It gives you the instructions. You follow the link and then you put your phone number in. And just type stop if you ever don't want to get them anymore. So I'm going to start placing the content in these units so it makes it easier for you guys to find. I did a cleaning video the other day from my laundry room in the sink, so I'm not going to show you that today, but I'll make sure to get that video into the content. All right, we got MER. I gotta get another R here. Thankfully, they give us 2, so you don't have to wash it in between. I mean, they could have just given us 1, right? But they didn't. They gave us 2. My phone is buzzing like crazy. You guys, lately I'm getting all these phone calls. I think it's okay. I said my phone. That's not my phone. And I'm getting, like, there was just another phone call. I'm getting a ton of 1-800 number calls. And my phone doesn't ring. The ringer's on. It doesn't ring. It just goes straight to telling me that I missed a call. What is up with that? Someone answer that question. I have no idea. Like, leave me alone. I'm trying to work. All right, here we go. This is a really funky angle. I got to get down here because my old wrist doesn't quite bend that way. I'm not as agile as I once was, as they say. I need more paste. So this one I'm using a lot of white because I've got so many big letters that are white. Normally I wouldn't use this much paste in one project. The bigger the project, the more paste you'll use, right? Okay, so that one's done. Oh, messy girl, messy girl. I'm gonna pull this one off. I'm trying to get better, you guys, at when I'm done with a project, taking a picture to show you guys. I'm trying. I have so much, like, I'm trying to be more organized that way. So I'll try to do that same thing with this. I'm gonna get, the MERR is done, as you can see, and I've got that woven up top. So let's try to do the word be, because that's been drying for a few minutes. Yep, see, dries to the touch. If I wet that and wiped it with a cloth, it will erase, but because this is wood, it may not erase all the way. You might get like that color going into, see these little cracks and crevices from, it's like the natural wood grain. There's a knot right there. So it's not, it can be erased, but it will not erase completely off of a porous surface. So you can chalk on a board, pine, birch, that's what I meant by board, like a natural wood board. This one's painted. You can chalk on it, and then you can make it permanent by just spraying a polyacrylic over it, like any top coat would work. All right, so I think I kind of want the bee. I think I'm going to put it down low to the right and then do some other like cute little like holly berry or something in this upper right-hand corner. So I'm not going to center this. I'm not going to center it like directly in the middle of this. I think it would get lost. I'm going to put it down to the right at an angle. And then up here, I'll do some kind of holly berry or something like that. So now I have the really deep red, black, with black mixed in background. I used grayish, this really cool, very light color gray to do the woven plaid. That's a size C transfer. And now the word bee, I'm doing in bright white with the hopes that it'll really show up nicely. You have to be very careful, when you're putting a font on top of a background, you want to make sure that your background isn't heavier and bigger, more noticeable than your letters, right? That's what you want to avoid, because then the word bee would just get lost in the mix. So I'm hoping that my choices will make it so that it shows up really well. I'm getting more and more paste on my fingers as I go. Come on, Gracie Grew. Get it together. There. picking up my extra, I'm putting it back in my pot. It's on my fingers too. It's just the way it is with me. I think I need a new pot of white. I'm using up a lot of it today. Usually I don't use this much, but this is a big sign. All right, so see, that worked. My theory worked. I gotta find a place for this. I have like little letters like hanging everywhere. I just gotta put this aside. Hold on. Nope, now it's stuck to my marker. That's okay. It really shows up well. So you see, like, we're just talking design elements here. You've got dark red board with a little black mixed in, but either way, it's a really deep, deep color. I use the grayish with a small, like, scale-wise, it's a small background. That woven transfer, it's small. It's not really big and noticeable, right? And then I did that in grayish, and then the bright white with the letter B, it really shows up well, right? What do you think? So now I am going to put some kind of design element, I think, up here. And oh, you can't see that. Up here in this corner. I think I'll put like something Christmassy up there. I'm not sure what yet, but I will do something. All right, now I got to get down. Let me just check time, do time check. I'll do the Y, and then maybe I can get started. I hope I don't get paste in my hair. Maybe I can get started with the truck. I'm going to try to do that truck with the tree on the bottom. You guys, I'm getting my hair cut tomorrow. I want to like I just want to lob it off. I get bored. Okay, I'm bored of it. So here's the deal. It has taken me, messy crafter. I'm trying to throw this thing over to the side and it's falling. I don't know where to put it. I'm going to throw it on the floor. Crash, there it goes. Get my hair cut. I kind of want to just cut it off because I'm kind of bored with it, but I love to be able to pull it back. So every time I go, I say, you can cut some off, just make sure I can pull it back in a ponytail. I need the guts to just cut it. Like when I was in graduate school, my hair was like chin length. I loved it. I just don't know if I'm ready to do that again. And I think I'm going to have her give me bangs again. Just saying. I'm just sharing with you, kind of like my girlfriends, and telling you what's up with my haircut tomorrow. Okay, I got to get the Y. This one's even lower. You may not even be able to see this. I'm going to get it on there, and then I'm going to try to move the camera so you can see. Or maybe I'll move the board. What's the best way? Oy, 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 people. I think I'm going to get a new camera stand, by the way. Just saying. Again, it's kind of like the haircut thing. Just filling you in on what's going on in my world. It's really hard to see, and I know that. Let me get through the Y, and then I may end up picking this board up and putting the bottom of it right on the table. Ugh, I need a bigger space is what I need. All right, here we go. Let's get this Y in, and then we're going to try to get to that truck. Oh, actually, well, maybe I can. We'll see. We'll make a judgment call here in a minute. I wish I could, like, talk to you and find out, how's your day? What's the weather where you are? But I can't because I can't see any comments. So I'll try to catch up with the comments after the video. How's that sound? I'm really struggling because it's a weird angle. All right. More paste on my fingers. Why not? There we go. All right. I have nowhere to put these anymore. I've got like letters everywhere. They're everywhere. All right, see? Got it done. So we have Be Merry completely on there. Now, what I do need to do is I need to get this woven on the bottom panel. And I'm running out of room because my room is only so big. If I take this board and I put it down on my table, I'm trying, girls. We're trying here. I think I can do this. Now, I did not clean, obviously, haven't had time to clean my woven. It's right here, and it's not clean. So, I gotta make a judgment call. Like, should I try it? Should I, like, be daring and try to use it anyway? Or should I wait to clean it? I would ask you your opinion, but I can't see your answers. It's definitely, like, there are a couple of spots that are definitely, the silk screen is definitely clogged. Like, there's paste in there that needs to be cleaned out. So if I use this, even though it's clogged a little bit, what's going to happen is that part of the design won't show up. So it's going to look real scratchy. We're going to do it. I'm kind of a bold crowd. Like I take chances. I figure it's just a craft. Like it's just a sign. That's all. I don't know why my camera keeps like wigging out on you and going bright and then not bright. I have no idea. Is that happening? Can you see that? I'm sorry that that's happening to you. Okay, I'm going to make the bottom woven part a little bit bigger. Okay, I have more space on the bottom, blank space. So here's where I left off on the top. This bottom is going to be about 1.5 inches bigger. The woven on the bottom is going to be about 1.5 inches bigger. I'm rubbing this on to make sure that it's like stuck on there. And what's happening is I'm getting little, I don't know if you can see this. This is like teeter-tottering because it's so long. I'm getting like little chunks of grage paste coming off because it's like caked on the top of it. You guys, this is a little bit of an experiment. If you 100% want success with this process, go wash your transfer before you use it again. Don't do what I do. Do as I say, okay? You really should wash it in between. I'm not going to do that because I'm on live and I want to show you how this is going to look. Hoping to get to that truck back there. I want to work on that, but this has to be done first. Plus it's a good experiment. I'm going to show you this and you can see, does it work? Doesn't it work? I think it's going to be, sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. And if you want guaranteed success, the company would tell you, go wash your transfer because you can reuse it, wash it, dry it, then use it again. I'm being daring. I'm a daring person when it comes to crafts. I'm like, well, we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I'm going to be relaxed about it. I'm not going to stress myself. This side right here is, I don't know why it keeps doing that to you guys. This side is really full of paste. So we'll see. It might get, you guys, why is the camera doing that? All right, I'm going to try to make an adjustment. I'll be right back. I'm going to go back to my camera. Hold on, I'm going to climb underneath the sign now. You guys go ahead and laugh at me. I'm going to I've got this ring light on, and maybe it's the ring light that's doing it. I'm like literally climbing on my hands and knees underneath the sign because it's like halfway across my room. All right, but if this helps, then that's a good thing. You guys, I can't even see. If you're laughing at me, or which I hope you are, I'm good with being laughed at. If you're laughing at me or you're asking questions, I can't see them. So sorry. All right, this is grayish again. I need more. I need more paste. I need a lot more. I'll get my little Boston accent to come out here. I need more paste. It would be easier if I just would go get, I have that 4-inch squeegee. It would be so much easier if I would just go get that. But again, I'm lazy. I'm lazy. I'm messy. I'm like the epitome of freedom in your craft room. Like, nobody's going to tell me what I have to do or not do. I'm not going to feel pressure. I'm just going to have fun and enjoy the process. Because that's all I want to do is have fun and make pretty things. Anybody with me? Give me a thumbs up. I just want to have fun and make pretty things. Is that so wrong? All right, here we go. Oh, it's really thick over here because I've got already a layer of dry stuff on there. Oh boy, this is going to be interesting. So I have to go over it again and again and again because I didn't clean it first. So it does make it a little more difficult. It does make it more difficult to spread. I will give you that. I will also be very transparent and tell you that. I've got like a bunch of gray up there that I didn't want to leave behind. I'm going to peel this up because it's taking me a long time because of all the dry stuff on here. So I'm going to peel this up. Just like Alyssa asked me, why do people do that? They do it because we don't want the paste to dry and not transfer. I'm really struggling because this board needs to be held down and I only have 2 hands. I'm going to go almost all the way. Look at it, it's perfect so far. Almost all the way up to the edge here. Should dry that. I don't have another free hand. I'm holding the board down with my elbow, you guys. You can't see that, but the board wants to like, it's teeter-tottering off the table because it's so long. So I'm not going to get my hairdryer out because I only have 2 hands. I need to be an octopus or have an assistant or something. I got stuff all over my finger. I just missed another call. What is up with my phone? Stop calling me, people. I mean, unless it's one of you, you can call me. But I bet you don't have a 1-800 number. Oh, I was almost done. I'm almost to the edge here. I didn't realize it was that close. You guys, you want to see hot mess crafting? Like the hot mess girl? You came to the right place. If you want to see it done in a hot mess, but we can get it done fashion, yep. Fly by the seat of our pants, yep. Go against the rules, see if it'll work, yep, that's me. You found the right girl. Okay, where can I put that? Well, let's pull it up all the way. This is the side that I said was really full of paste. Oh my gosh, you guys, it worked. I'm totally happy with that. All right, it's gonna teeter-totter, but I need to pull my hand up so I can put this aside. Where can I put it is the question. I need a place. Sticking it on the outside of another. I'll show you what I did with it. Hold on. You guys, seriously, I wish I could see your comments. Can you see that? I have a bunch of my transfers hanging, and I stuck the dirty one on the outside of one of my other ones. It's okay. It's got a cover on it. Look at you guys. It turned out great. Okay, for the fact that it was dry, or it had dry stuff on the transfer, it actually didn't turn out bad, right? I'm not missing any parts. I have a little bit of bleed through right there. Not bad. It just looks a little scratchy. This spot right here. Let's see if I can get this up. Right there, there's one little part that's missing. If your transfer is clogged, you'll have that all over the place. So I really did. I looked before I decided. I'm going to put this up so you can see me. Before I decided to do that, I really did look very, like, you want to look at it. Here's one that's already used. Look at it. This is the silk screen right here. If it's clogged, you're going to lose part of your design. This is not clogged. Not clogged. Oh, there's a little bit right there. You can see where there's white. I would use this again. It's still sticky. If I needed to make another sign, another Be Merry, you would give them away as gifts and you want to make 3 of them, one for each sister or something, I would use this again. But the company would say, clean it between each use. I'm just kind of a daredevil. I pushed the envelope just a little in the craft room. I'm not like that anywhere else in my life. Not with my finances. Not with my family, but in my craft room, I feel real free to push the envelope a little. Okay, now the truck. I want to do the truck. I need a drink of water first. And time check. I got about 15 minutes, and then I really should hang it up. So, look at this. I have to move the board so you can see this. I've got design element. This goes all the way to the bottom, but then I have... When I tell you this is a challenge, look, I have about 8 inches of space that has nothing on it. I was thinking that this truck would go in here, but I was thinking it was going to sit partially on the lines. Actually, it won't need to because it's big enough not to go on the line. So I think what I'm going to do, all I want from this design is the truck. So I'm going to do the truck here, and then on the stripes down here, I may either just leave them blank, or maybe I'll find some other design element to put down there that's Christmassy. Snowflakes. That's what I can do. I'll put snowflakes all over it. Snowflakes, just decided. Forget about the holly. We're going to do snowflakes. Okay, my marker is underneath this. Look at when I told you it's just stuck to my marker. Look what I got. Look at this mess I got. I put my dirty transfer over there on the table that had a couple of plastic bags and a marker. Okay, it's stuck to the marker. I'm not kidding you guys when I say Hot Mess Express. That would be me. All right, here we go. Brand new. I am going to fuzz this one because it has a lot. Okay, the difference is This one has a lot of green to it, so the design is smaller. This one, it was a lot of open design, right? There's not a lot of open. The truck is open, but this part is not. It's very, very detailed. So I am going to fuzz this because I don't want this, again, because there's so much sticky part to this one. I don't want to stretch it or warp it when I pull it off. So I am going to fuzz it a couple of times. I did not do that with the letters because the letters had such a big amount of silk screen. Ratio of silk screen to adhesive. I guess that's what I was looking at. Okay, now I have not decided what color to make my truck. Tree should be green with, I think, a little bit of white on it for snow. So let me just grab, this is meadow green. Let's take a look at the shape of this one. Yep, looking good. Sometimes I just don't use mine often, and so they're pretty dry. All right, so that's gonna be that. What color should we make the tree? I've got letters everywhere in my way. Or the truck, what color should I make the truck? I kind of like something that's going to be bright and stand out a lot. So that's icky. That's not good. It's not going to be that. You know I love my teal. But what would be fun, oh, that's ink. Why do I have that there? I don't want silver ink, but do I have a silver? Oh, you guys, there's stuff falling all over the place. How about this one? It's too dark. See, it's too dark to show up on that red real well. I want it to really stand out. This is eucalyptus green, but I don't know that I want eucalyptus next to the tree. Do I? It would be very monochromatic. I should have thought this through and I did not. So I apologize that you have to wait through this decision. It's an important one though. Yellow would be fun because it would be bright, but I don't think I want yellow on this. I have one more green. What's this one? This one? No, this seafoam green, eucalyptus green. Very similar. Seafoam green, eucalyptus green. Meadow green is going to be the tree. I'm going to go with seafoam. Why not? Let's do it. Let's just jump. What's this one look like? When's the last time I haven't even opened it yet. It's gonna look good. Oh, the peel was kind of off of it already, so I hope it's not dried out on me. Okay, let's get the tree in place, and we're just gonna get this chalked onto here. I thought it was gonna be on the woven part, but it's not. And this tree with this truck is just gonna fit. Like, it's not gonna be. It's just going to fit. It's just wide enough to take it. I'm not going to use any of the other design elements. It's too close to the edge. I'm just feeling where the edge of the board is, so I know how much. There's about ½ an inch on each side so that it's centered in the middle. And I actually want it a little bit lifted up. I don't want it completely straight. It's kind of angled. Very, very small angle. Okay, I need new ones of these. I'm going to use for the tree, I'm going to use a multi-tool because I have to get pretty close to the truck without going over. That's the goal. I'm going to do the tree first because I do want to add a little white to the tips. So I'm going to go in with the dark green for the tree. Oh, I just said I was going to use the multi-tool and I didn't. Oh, Gracie grew. Put that in my bucket of water. That's what I do with my squeegees as I use them. I stick them in a bucket of water and then they stay wet so they're easier to clean when I get to my sink. So I have multiples on hand so that I can dip into other colors and not have to worry about cleaning it in between. Center of my tree is going to be green. I am going to want to do some of the tips a little bit white. So I'm going in with the green for most of it. I think I need a little more. So this is a combination of 3 different transfer designs. That's what I love about having a good collection on hand, you guys, is you can, you get a good collection of transfers on hand and then you can mix and match the design elements from each one. to make the design you want. So now I want some white on these tips, but I don't want them to be absolutely perfect. So I did make the top of the tree mostly green. I don't want it to be absolutely perfect. I want to put some white on, and then I think I'm going to dig into the green and blend them a little so that the tips aren't perfectly white. They're going to be kind of mixed in with some green. I'm just trying to give the illusion of some snow here. Because, you know, in North Dakota, we got the snow. It snowed again this week. All right, there we go. I'm just mixing them now. Like, so I'm going to have a little bit of lighter green here. But the center is going to be pretty dark. All right, so here's where I should peel and paste and peel. This has got 2 different colors on it. It's going in my bucket of water. Paste and peel, because you don't want that drying and not coming off. Oh my gosh, it worked out great. Look at that. No rhyme or reason. I did dark in the middle, white on the tips, and then I used my multi-tool, which is now in my bucket of water, but I used the multi-tool to kind of blend the colors around the tips. The darkest part is in the middle. Does that make sense? Check that out. I just missed another call. Who is calling me? It's bizarro. It never, like, it doesn't actually ring. It just says, you just missed a call. And it's been doing this for like 2 days in a row. A lot. All right, we're going to go into this color. This is going to be my truck. I need another new squeegee. I'm going to go in with the small. This is the mini, I mean. This is the one that you guys get free if you join the monthly membership. This is kind of thick. It should actually be thinner, but for the sake of time, I'm just going in. It's easier to spread if it's thinner, you guys. So again, do as I say, not as I do. Unless you're a daredevil like me. Unless you're a crafty daredevil. All right, here we go. I need that tie. I'm just doing the whole thing. I could do tires, black and white. Yes. I could make, you know, different colors. I'm not doing that. I don't want it to be all those colors. I want it to be more monochromatic. In fact, it's kind of why I picked the seafoam green, which is very close to the green on the tree, because I just wanted it to be monochromatic. So I just have a couple of colors going on here on this sign, not a gazillion colors. There, it is dry. It's kind of dry. I should have added a little water, but it's working. More paste on my fingers. All right, let's pull this up on the other side. Oh my gosh, it's cute. That's really cute. Do you guys like it? My stencil, my transfer stuck to itself. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up without stretching. This is a good example. They are, look what I did. They're really strong. The stencil, the sticky is so strong, and I did fuzz this a couple of times, but look, if this happens to you, I would advise you to take it to your bathtub or your sink and just fill it, just get it completely wet. And the water makes the adhesive kind of smooth and slippery, and it will just slip right off of itself. I was being impatient. I put it down to show you, and then look what I did. I made a big old fat mess. So I'm gonna take, this is just my rag that I've been wiping my fingers with. I've got my water bottle. I'm gonna make myself a little wet spot here. And I'm gonna come in here. Most of it's on the red. I'm just gonna wipe it right off. Now, there's no top coat on this. I painted it and went straight onto the paint with the chalk paste. So a little bit of my red paint is coming off with it. It's not gonna be enough that I'm concerned about it. I'm just pointing out to you that that might happen if you choose to go in on your painted surface and wipe it down. Now, you could, and I have done this before, I just didn't do it for this project. If you're gonna chalk on top of a painted board, you could go in to be really safe and top coat it before you chalk. I need to go in with a Q-tip because it's getting really tight in there. So you could top coat your paint and then chalk over the top coat so that you're sure not to, like, if this happens, some of your paint's coming off as I'm trying to fix my boo-boo. There. I'm not worried about the rest of it. I'm just going to leave it. Alrighty. I like my tree. Inside there, I really like the truck. Now, what's left to do is on the bottom and on the top, I would like another little design element. So what I'm going to use, I'm going into what is this now? We had the Be Merry. We have Be Merry, the woven, the Christmas with the truck. Now we have the snowflakes. Yay! I haven't used these yet. I'm going to put a couple of snowflakes here and there. Let me put this up so you guys can see me again. I'm so disappointed, you guys, that I can't see your comments. It's like, it's really kind of killing me because I usually chit chat with you and say hello, where are you coming in from, thanks for being here. I ask you how the weather is, I answer questions, and I can't do any of that right now. Look at all these snowflakes, big ones, little ones, and they're all so different and pretty. I'm gonna put a few of these in white, and I can show you how I cut that other one. I like to keep my backings solid. I do not like to cut my big backings because I can use them for other things. So I'm gonna cut this the way I described to you earlier. I need my marker just so it's stuck to another transfer. You guys, if you could see the mess I got going on. Okay, now I'm gonna take the shears. These shears are incredible. These are Couture shears. They're called transfer trimmers. They've got a nice pointy edge here. Very pointy, and they're incredibly sharp. So what I've been doing, I want to make sure that doesn't get on, that blue line doesn't get onto my, because it's wet marker. Okay, so what I've been doing is instead of cutting the backing, I don't like to do that. I've shown you that in other past videos. I just pull up the edge here, just enough to get my trimmer in there. And it's almost like wrapping paper. If you have a really sharp scissor, you can just kind of drag your shear down the line to cut it. Okay, now my backing is still in shape. I don't have to worry about my backing being cut, which is important to me. I like to keep them whole. And then I use the backing sheets that we sell. We sell a pack of 10. I use them to store the smaller things that I've cut out of my design, my elements, my transfer designs. So I'm gonna cut a few different sizes here. I'm gonna use big, medium, and small, so. You see how that works, how slick that is? This little pointy shear is just brilliant for this. I really like this one right there. So I'm gonna try to get that one out. I haven't eaten, well, I ate a banana. I'm starving. I had about 12 cups of coffee this morning. Oh my goodness. I need to eat something. I'm getting hungry, but Mama got stuff to do. I don't have time to stop and eat. Nobody got time for that. All right. So I have a cut. I'll cut the other ones later. I don't have to do that right now. I'm gonna start on this big edge. I'm gonna start with a big one and then add a couple of little ones to it. Okay. Again, you should fuzz. I'm not going to. Oh, okay. Fine, I'll fuzz it. It is safer. On wooden boards though, traditionally, you're not gonna have as much trouble as if you would on like a blackboard or a mirror or something like that. So I'm gonna put this one off to the right, and then I'm gonna put two or three more here. I'm going into my white. Again, the bright white's gonna show really well on this. This is nice enough. There's enough snowflakes here that I don't have to worry about having to wash them in between application. There's enough of them for this board that I can just use a different one and then just clean them when I'm done. There, done. Now, don't pull from a corner. This is a nice size for me to show you this. Cut on the bias, you might stretch it. You want to take two corners at the same time and pull straight. Okay, that's what you should be doing. This, I just stick it here. I'm just sticking it to my table. That's what I do. I literally stick it to the side of something and then I go around and collect them all and bring them to the laundry room. Okay, let's pick another one. I'm gonna go with this. Can I get this one out? Did I cut it? Oh, I didn't cut this one all the way. Stingers. I said I didn't need them all and now I want this one right in the middle that I did not cut. See how it is with me? I'm so finicky about my snowflakes. There we go. Cut, fuzz, paste. I'm gonna put this one right here because I really like this one. Oh boy. She's a messy crafter. it on the wall. All right, next one up. I think I'm gonna need at least one more. And let's do, or just pick, I don't know. I think I need this size. This kind of medium big. Again, I did not cut it. I got to cut in between. I cut that side, but I didn't cut this side. Oh no, it's just stuck. It was just stuck. Okay. Got it. Fuzz it. Do you watch crafters who are like immaculate? I do. I watch other folks do it and I'm like, oh my gosh. First of all, behind them looks like a showcase. I have a couple of things up, but there are a lot of folks who do it and it's gorgeous. And they do their stuff and their fingers don't get dirty and they have a place for everything and they're just working on a small space. And I think, I don't know how they do it because it's just not my nature. My husband would, he does not, he's kind of neat and organized and planned, and I'm just winging it in here. For other places in my life, I'm organized and planned, like my finances. This is crafting. I don't take it that seriously. Girls just want to have fun. That's me. Just want to have fun. Look at how cute those are showing up, you guys. Right? I'm going to do this one again. I really like this one. I'm going to do it again, but I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm going to hang it off the edge here. Can you see this? What I'm doing? I'm going to hang it off the edge here just to get part of it, not the whole thing. Because I really feel like these snowflakes are going to add a lot to this woven. Isn't that cute? So cute. I might use that one again, although now I have a lot of paste on the top. I should have cleaned it better. I'll just leave it there on my craft mat for a minute. Okay, so the bottom's almost full. I'm going to leave this. I don't think it's a problem because it's going to be sitting on the ground and there may even be a planter on the base of it. But the top part, I'm going to get through this whole darn board with you guys today. The top part, I'm going to see if I can swing this around in here so I can get to the top. There's my bee. Okay, I want to add a couple of snowflakes up here. Oh my gosh, this is turning out so cute. Okay, snowflakes, where are you? Let's go with the biggest one right up here in this corner. Remember I said I thought I might do holly. But I changed my mind. I thought those snowflakes are right there. They're handy. They're going to really pop and be cute. And I can do multiples of them. The holly, I was just going to do one little sprig, like 2 leaves and a couple of holly berries. 3 leaves and a couple of holly berries. That wouldn't have been enough to fill in this space. But the snowflakes, I have plenty of them that I can disperse them around and make this super cute. All right, sticking that to the wall. Pick out another one. I wish I could see your comments. I want to know if you love this or not. Give me some thumbs up or something. Give me something so I know that you're there. Anybody there watching? I have no idea. I have no idea anymore. I'm going to fit a few of these on here. I didn't fuzz that one. I'm going to go off the edge here with this one. And that might be it, right? That might work, just putting it like that. This craft mat on my table, this brown thing, it's even hot glue comes off of it. I'll leave glue overnight, E6000 paint, everything comes off of it. It's almost like the backing sheet in its texture. So I'm not worried about putting my transfers right on there. What do you think? Is that enough? Is that enough up there? I can't see your comments, but I feel like that's enough snowflakes up here. Maybe I could do, there's this tiny, tiny little one. Why not, right? I didn't cut those. I didn't cut them, that's why not. Then after this, I really do gotta go. I gotta go get my son from school. And I should probably eat something. Let's see, where could I put another one? I feel like it's kind of bare over here, but I don't want to overdo it. No, I'm going to leave it. I feel like it's plenty. Stick that back on there, nice and clean. Let me stand this up and you guys can see it. Even though I can't see you. And that's so annoying today. But I hope this has been helpful. So for Alyssa, if she joins this group, and for anybody else who had those questions, I talked about fuzzing. I talked about the paste singles. and the paste and peel. Those were her 3 questions. I answered them in an email for her, but I also I thought I can get on live and show those things. All right, here's the top. There's the top. Be merry. Now, oh, you know what I could do too, you guys? I got like flecks of dry paste from my pots. I could actually do a couple of snowflakes, the little ones in and around here, right? So let's do that. Oh, I am in love with this sign, you guys. I'm loving it. Not that I'm trying to toot my own horn, but I love the woven with these snowflakes. It's just so darn cute. Okay, I'm going to just grab one of these dirty ones, and I'm just going to put a couple of like snowflakes like around the Mary so that they don't look so lonely. Snowflakes are so cute. Uh-oh, my whole table is shaking when I do that. There's one. Look at how neat and crisp that is, right? I need snowflakes on this sign. It's so cute. I feel like this one's a little too big. I need to go into the smaller ones. This one has a lot of paste in it. Again, you should clean it. You should clean it if you want a perfect design. I'm gonna go right in. I'm gonna use the part that's not so clogged. And I'm gonna go in up here, no, down here. And I'm gonna just put part of it, not the whole thing, just part of it. It may not come out all the way. I know that. I'm signing the waiver form. I understand that. I still wanna do it. Okay, just sign my waiver. It's like when you go zip lining in Mexico and they say, you may die, don't blame us. Sign the waiver. Okay, I will. Look at it. It's fine. It worked out just fine. It's not perfect. It's not perfect, but it's fine. Listen, this board's going to sit on my front porch, and the road is probably 30, 40 feet away. It's going to be fine. I need some more small ones, though, and that small one that I cut out is just a great size for like these other places on this board where I just want to add a little. So I'm just going to go in. I'm not even pressing down on it, you guys. It's a small design. It's not huge, so it works just fine that way. Okay, let me add one more in here, and actually I want it to be a little bit bigger. Which one here? Let's go back. This one's really cute. I'm just taking one of the medium-sized one that's already dirty. I gotta get on my knee here. I'm gonna put one down here. This one, geez, I might have used this one twice. It really is full of dry paste. But look at it, still came off. It still worked. All right, now I really officially think I'm done. I will take a picture of this. Probably, I have to top coat it. I am gonna top coat it because it is gonna go outside. I'm really happy how this turned out. I hope you guys are too. Hey, when I'm done, I'm going to hit finish, and then I will share this on the page. I will then be able to see your comments and react to them and answer questions. So I'm so sorry I couldn't do that now. There is a huge sale going on this week. It's like, I'm going to pry this up over here. You stay there. There's a huge sale going on this week that you should know about. Oh my gosh, who isn't having a sale, right? Essential Stencils is having a huge sale, but I'm here to talk about Couture right now. Couture is having its daily dash, I think is what they're calling it. Every day there's a different little bundle that's hugely reduced in price. So you can check that out on my Chalk site. I'm also announcing them here in this group. Every day I will announce them. They go live 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So that's 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. Okay. That's what time they go live. They will sell them until they sell out. Yesterday's, I don't think it sold out. Yesterday's was an awesome one. Today, it's two different, it's a smaller one. It's two different transfer designs. Honestly, I don't remember. I can't tell you right now off the top of my head what it is. Trying to unpeel this from, it's stuck to something. So those sales are going on. You should just kind of stay tuned to the Couture with Comfy Nest business page and this group, because I will announce all of the specials here in the group first, and then I go and put them on the other page. as VIPs, I kind of try to give you direct access first. So happy you're here. So honored. This group is growing by leaps and bounds. I hope you make yourself, when I say make yourself at home, I really mean it. Like, make yourself at home, get to know each other, ask questions, post pictures of the projects that you're creating or the gifts that you're creating to give to people. I think that's really inspiring to the rest of us. First of all, it's inspiring because maybe you wouldn't think to use these transfers on this board this way, but it gives you an idea. And if you really like it, heck, I already came up with the idea. You can go make your own, right? So that's one thing. It helps to inspire us that way with ideas, but it also inspires us. Here's the deal. I know for a lot of us, getting time to do our creations, like our crafting and our creations, these things that we love to do that are they're kind of helpful to my heart. That's how I will say it, because it's like my therapy. I want to go in my room, my craft room, and just be creative, have fun with my supplies, and create pretty things. That really is good for me to do that. Like, it's good for me to go for a really long walk on a spring day. I love the ocean. Being at the ocean is very therapeutic for me. I don't live by the ocean, so I craft in the winter. There are things that make us feel good. And for me, and for a lot of you, crafting is one of them. So when I say inspire us, sometimes seeing somebody else do a project is like, it inspires me. Darn it, I am going to bust out my pastes. I'm going to make something tonight. Even though I'm a little tired, and even though I feel like I don't want to bust my stuff out, it kind of inspires me to get out and into my room and do something fun. So I hope we can inspire each other that same way. And I think that's what sharing our projects does. Also, obviously, you can ask any questions. You guys are so good about supporting each other with questions and answers, or even techniques like, how do you handle this? Oh, this is what I do. So make yourself at home in the group. Thank you. It's an honor to have you here. I'm really honored to have you here with me. Those of you who are on my team, thank you for joining my team. Some of you become customers first, or you become monthly kit subscribers, and then after a few months you decide, you know what, I wanna like totally invest, buy myself a kit and start sharing this with other people. So again, honored that you've chosen to be on my team. I'll be as helpful as I possibly can. I'm an open book too. Like, I'm really honest about all the ins and outs of it, and try to connect you with all the resources that you need so you can be successful in any way that you want to be. Some people join. When I joined, I just wanted the discount. I wanted to have access to all this stuff for 40% off. And we do have people on our team, that's what they want. If you can be real honest and tell me that, then I know how to help you, right? There are some people who are trying to earn income for special trips that they want to take, or for Christmas, or just car payments or whatever. I respect both categories of people, and I have both on my team. So thank you. It's an honor that you've chosen to be on my team, and I hope I can be helpful to you guys. All right, you guys have a beautiful, blessed day. Thanks for watching me through my Hot Mess Express. I'll try to get a picture of this. I'm going to top coat it first, so it might be a couple of days. Top coat it first, and then I'll share a picture on in the group, maybe even on the business page. Take care. Thanks for joining me.